Taiwan. I'm Ethan Liu with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. One of Taiwan's top research institutes is celebrating its 51st anniversary. All this week on TaiwanPlus, we're taking an inside look at what it does and some of its cutting-edge innovations. What if humans could slow down the aging process? That may sound like something from a science fiction movie, but scientists at a top Taiwan research facility are working on a platform that could prolong human life through cell therapy. Leslie Liao explains.
Taiwan is searching for the fountain of youth. But the search isn't a daring expedition into the unknown. It involves pipettes, experimentation, and patience. The key here is cell therapy. Cell therapy involves extracting so-called supercells from a donor and implanting them in a patient where they start to grow and multiply. Supercells may sound like a one-size-fits-all solution, but it's not that simple. The science behind it is precise, and only certain supercells can treat certain medical conditions. Currently, there isn't enough data to tell us what kind of supercells are best suited for fixing different problems. That's where Taiwan's Industrial Technology Research Institute comes in. It's working on a database called Key Functional Cell Identity, or KFCI, to identify which supercells are most suitable for treatment.
We don't want to put it in your body and you don't know what actually the treatment will make me feel better. Yeah, so that's the key point why we want to develop this platform.
So far, the database has successfully identified supercells suitable for treating 40 medical conditions. They've had the most success with treating patients with myocardial infarction or heart attack and wounds in patients with diabetes, which usually take more time to heal.
We did this one is for you can treat or restore your organ. Yeah, so that's why right now we do this one is for the myocardial infection, and the other is diabetes wounds.
KFCI works by identifying certain biomarkers in donor cells. This could be anything from genetic indicators to proteins. Cells with different biomarkers are tested against several medical conditions to see which combination of biomarkers shows the most promise for treatment.
And we're using not just the gene level. We're going to even the protein and can tell you how the behavior of your cell. And then you can have the way to identify who is a really super donor.
Think about it this way. The treatment to a certain medical condition is like a password. The biomarkers are the numbers and letters that make up the password. Once researchers figure out the right password for each medical condition, then they unlock an effective therapy. The potential for this technology is vast. It might even help slow down aging. As you grow older, the body wears down. But if KFCI can find the supercells that can help regenerate or even regrow organs, then it could prolong human life.
In the future, we hope it can just do the OA for the need to recover back.
And because of its life-extending potential, the team behind KFCI earned an Edison Award from the US, recognizing innovation in biomedicine.
Could be a life changer. It could really, once that hits the market and you start to gather more data, you could literally change how long people live and their quality of life.
In the future, researchers plan to culture cells on computer chips for quicker analysis. Once the database is more complete, supercells can be cultured with robotics for production, bringing down costs. Taiwan is in a race to become a leader in cell therapy. But this technology is not so much about big aha moments, but rather it's about strapping down, doing the research, and finding treatments one biomarker at a time. Ryan Wu and Leslie Liao in Hsinchu for TaiwanPlus.
An outbreak of crown of thorns starfish is eating away at the coral ecosystem near Taiwan's outlying Protest Island. Irene Ling looks at the scale of the emergency and how scientists are trying to control it.
These thorny starfish are causing massive damage to the coral ecosystem around Taiwan's outlying Pratas Island, located in the South China Sea.
我们判断这个已经发生超过1年了，这个珊瑚礁呢都已经吃过了，他们喜欢吃的几乎没有一个活的，剩下极少数，所以这个叫80%到90%死掉。
Crown of thorns starfish are native to the Indo-Pacific region. They're named after the toxin-tipped spikes that cover their bodies. These starfish have a voracious appetite almost exclusively for coral. That's put a taint on their reputation. Each adult starfish can eat up to its size in coral per day. Not only do they eat a lot, there's also too many of them. Scientists in Taiwan have reported more than 1,200 starfish every 10,000 square meters, far beyond the acceptable range of 15 to 30. Coral expert Zheng Mingxiu says the crisis could spiral out of control and have an even worse effect than climate change.
习惯海鲜的破坏比白化还要严重好几倍。习惯海鲜吃过的地方，他说是10年以上很难再生。
Scientists say the outbreak now stretches 4 kilometers off the coast of Pratas Island, and the population is still expanding. With summer the starfish spawning season and no ocean diving in the winter, it's now a race against time to keep the outbreak from spreading further.
他们大概目前做法上也会参考郑老师的一个建议，他们会号召大概10几个人出去，也许利用个10天的时间了。
The team has been picking up the starfish one by one with tongues and using a specialized syringe to inject them with acid. The last mission removed only a small number of the crown of thorns population, about 1,800. As the outbreak continues to spread, scientists are calling for more awareness and resources to avert a coral crisis before it's too late. Chris Ma and Irene Lin for TaiwanPlus.
What can a study on bat brains tell us about the human mind? Apparently, a lot. Harrell Hughes has more.
This Egyptian fruit bat, swooping through the darkness, remembers complex social structures and can tell whether another bat is a friend or foe. It's a discovery made by researchers from the Weizmann Institute of Science, who have been studying these bats and their brains. The study is led by Professor Nakam Ulanovsky and focuses on the bat's hippocampus, the area that is responsible for learning and memory formation, and how its nerve cells encode details of social hierarchies.
So what we've done is we've set up a colony of bats, like a cave of bats, in the lab. These are wild bats, and we burn them in the lab and create a colony of between 5 and 10 animals, both males and females, and they live 24/7 in this laboratory cave. And then we develop methods for tracking the identities, positions, and head directions of all the bats simultaneously in the room.
Their brain activities are recorded with these miniature electrophysiology backpacks, and their social structures and identities are mapped.
So we developed or utilized tools for machine learning that allow to take the activity of the neuron and these multiple variables, like the positions of many other individuals, the distances to many other individuals, the directions to many other individuals, and basically model very faithfully what exactly is the neuron responding to.
During their research, the team also learned that a bat's hippocampus is very similar to a human's and could be useful in understanding and treating human brain disorders like Alzheimer's, depression, and epilepsy.
You name it, almost everything is linked to the hippocampus. So really understanding the hippocampus in function and in dysfunction, and also, for example, as a function of aging, will be very interesting and revealing.
This study, which began with a deeper look into bats' brains and the hierarchies and social structures of the animal kingdom, may now reveal much more about our own brains and how humans and animals share more in common than we might think. Klein Wang and Harrell Hughes for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally, take a look at this giant pumpkin sculpture in London by Japanese artist Yayoi Kusama. I'm Ethan Liu. Take care, and I'll see you next time.